What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today, let me scroll up. Today we're doing optimal team analysis for skill. What is the best possible skill team that you can run? You know, that's it. What is the best possible skill team that you can run and why? Kind of going over the different units, what roles they fill, what you should have on a optimal team. Because, you know, even if this game might not require it and there's so many ways to beat stuff, people just like to have, you know, just to hear them say, okay, I got the best possible team that you can get. It makes them feel nice. I know that feeling. I spend so much money on this goddamn game. That's one of the reasons why. So hopefully I can, you know, go through, in my opinion, and using the statistics and just numbers and things to figure out what the optimal team is. And once again, I wanted to say thank you to Just Some School Fags for... I can't say that name with a straight face ever in my life. So, he is the one who created this guide on... or this post-analysis discussion type thing on Reddit. And I'm using this as a basis, but I'm going to, you know, just use it just as that, a basis. And then I'll also be using the top nukers page. This is credits to Anton Labs, who is a, you know, moderator of the Reddit. So actually I wanted to say congratulations to Just Some School Fags to being he got promoted to being a moderator, so now he's helping the sub even more than he already was. So congratulations to him. And yeah, let's get started. So starting off, I'm not gonna go too much over these, but these are the types of units that you can bring. You got healers, lucky captains, utility, the tanks, and then, you know, your damage dealers, AoE, and damage dealers here, broken by damage per chakra. But starting off, very quickly, we have these 4 units right here are all 6 stars. This Kabuto is a 5-star, which has its own advantage. So with team costs and things like that, you know, he can heal. Like he has a good spot on the team, being that it opens up room to put on different types of units that might cost more, but, you know, have a great value to the team. Other than that, if you're just trying to rank them real quick, this Tsunade is Blazing Fest. Amazing healer, best healer, most likely. And on top of that, she is, you know, an insane damage dealer. So you got this Tsunade as the damage dealer and healer, so she's really good. Sakura has, you know, is really nice, can limit break, good stats. You got Karin next, and then I'd say Bundle Tsunade. But just a little thing is to note, this Karin was exclusive to a banner, and most likely will not come back unless they bring back the exclusive banners. So this Karin is not obtainable at the time of this recording, and most likely will not be obtainable for a while. Then you got Bundle Tsunade, who, it's pretty straightforward, is a bundle unit that hasn't returned. Just like this Karin, she was a limited unit. Lucky captains, units that can go to 99 luck or 80 luck for that matter. The differences with these is that why do you need 99 luck? Well, to get the drops properly, etc. But these all of these units right here are farmable, with these 2 on the bottom being 5 stars that can only go to 80 luck. So quick thing to note, if you're going to rank them, I'd say Hashirama, Itachi. This is tricky. Hanzo, like Sakon and Soku are probably even, and then this Puppet Sorcery is dead last. So in terms of that might be off by a little bit, but that's just like, if you had them all, who would you run? You'd run the Hashirama, followed by the Itachi. So that being said, that's because these 2 are impact units, so they have a higher stat line because they can limit break to 150. Utility, people that can seal, immobilize, perfect dodge, anything of that sort, slip damage, you know. I wouldn't say perfect dodge counts as utility, that might be under tank. But looking at here really quickly, it's easier if I don't like go through every single one of these, but people, just some key people to note: Neji for immobilize. You have this Hinata, barrier, but that's not really end up. For utility, her aspect is that she has a 90% chance to seal on her ultimate jutsu. Once again, this Hinata is a limited unit. Slip damage, really good for Phantom Castle. Utakata, amazing slip damage. Guaranteed slip damage, 100% chance. Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay. Obito is pretty cool because he has damage reduction on his buddy skill, and on top of that, he can, with his ultimate jutsu, he can boost allies. You know, I think it's 100% chance, or 50% chance to all allies for 3 turns if I remember. And when it comes to slip damage, Sasori is the king. So if you guys don't even know what slip damage is or how it works, essentially it takes, you know, it deals damage based on their current percent of health that they're at. So if they're at 100% of health, usually slip damage, every person's slip damage is different, but I think the cap is 8% if I recall. So if you're at 100 health and you have 8% slip damage, you'll be at 92 health. And that might not seem like a lot, but it does, you know, it does do a lot over time. That's the whole thing, and it destroys through bosses. You got bosses with 200,000 health, your slip damage is gonna do a big chunk of damage to them, right? So moving on, these all, like I said, I'm not gonna go every single one, but tanks, you got people who essentially reduce damage that is taken. Pretty straightforward. Hinata, amazing barrier on her first jutsu. Kakashi is pretty bad in my opinion. Just some people to note. Utakata is probably really good. Not probably. Utakata is amazing because he has damage reduction as his field and buddy skill. And, you know, I think next to pretty much after healing, like field healing and buddy healing, the reduced damage is probably the best one. Or it might honestly be like... No, I'm not going to say it's better. I'd say like reduced damage is right behind it. Because healing, you can always just heal yourself back up by stalling. But reduced damage, it just stops the damage. You know, it's just, you're taking less damage. In a sense, it's a heal by the fact that you're not taking as much damage. But this would be ranking it. Healing is the best. And then Utakata would be right after with that damage reduction. AoE jutsus, people you don't want a full team of single target damage dealers, so I'm just gonna like kind of scroll through. There's not too much to know, like it's pretty straightforward. And once again, I'll be leaving the links to all this information, this exact page down below and the other page. So if you guys want to take a look yourself and figure things out on your own, you can, you know, feel free to do that. I'm not trying to take credit for this. Okay, damage dealers. This is broken by damage per chakra on their ultimate jutsu, and if you guys don't know what that means, it's pretty much however much damage they do divided by their chakra cost, because it's not necessarily fair to, if someone does a, you know, an 8 chakra ultimate jutsu and they do 20,000 damage, it's not going to be the same as someone with a, like, you know, 14 cost chakra jutsu doing 50,000 damage. So what you're trying to look is who does the most damage for the amount of chakra they're given, and that's what damage per chakra is. So Utakata straight up at the top, just because the way he works is that his ultimate jutsu is 8 chakra, refunds 3. So in a sense, his ultimate jutsu only costs 5 chakra, and because of that, his damage per chakra is almost 4,000, which is bonkers. On average, if you take a look at here, these are the numbers that you'll see mostly. Because at this point, we're talking about a Blazing Fest unit. His stats are busted. But other than that, if you like take a look here, these are the average numbers that you'll see, right? Below this is just okay. From 2,000 to 2,500 is good. 3,000 up is stupidly insane in a sense. Just to give you a rough idea of how much damage per chakra actually means. So now looking at this, what can we tell? Utakata is amazing, godlike. Yeah, he's a tier above everyone else. Followed by this Sasuke, and the reason why he's so high up is that this is a single target jutsu, and he has a high multiplier, and he got a really good limit break. So that's what this is: single target damage per chakra. This is AoE damage per chakra. This is AoE damage per chakra. This is AoE. Yes, yeah, I'm just making sure. This is AoE Naruto, and then AoE, single target. So pretty much Utakata is the king. If you can manage to get Utakata on your team, you are beyond set. Of course, you need other people on the team, but that's kind of the idea. Moving on, what should the team actually look like? So right here, just some school I still can't say it with a straight face, has 1 lucky captain, 1 healer, 2 damage dealers, and 2 utility, or, you know, some hybrid of the sort, right? and this is the team that he has. Hashirama as the lucky captain, Tsunade is a healer. You got Utakata for damage, Sasuke for damage, and then Tsunade is a healer again, and Sasori is utility / damage. Utakata also has utility, Hashirama has utility as well. So, in a sense, all these check marks are filled, but I do not agree with this team. One, you can't run it. You literally cannot run this team. Alright, 304 team cost is beyond what we can run. This is not including the fact, like, this is assuming you have 0 dupes of anyone. If you manage to have all dupes, you can run this team. So, and this, like, this team cost right here, we're talking about, like, I think what? This is like, you need to be at least like rank 130 to even run this aspect of it. It's just a rough estimate. So, there's going to be, of course, this is the optimal team analysis. So, we're not going to take a look at that completely, but it's just something to note. So, what would I do different? The one thing I completely disagree with is Lucky Captain. This should not be included in here. Because what you're trying to do is, the only reason at this current point in time when making this video for needing a Lucky Captain is for getting drops, right? But when you're doing Pearl objectives, right, you need a mono team that can beat it. And you normally, like, the whole point of the mono team is to beat it to get the pearls, right? You don't really care about getting the drop on that one specific run, because after that, you're not forced to run this team anymore. You can just run, you know, your rainbow team, your whatever team you feel like running for the drop purpose. But when it comes to just beating the team with a mono team, I don't think lucky drop is, like, just getting drops on a mono run is not important whatsoever. Well, that's my opinion. So, who would I replace with Hashirama? Hashirama, in my opinion, would be replaced with Neji. Why is that? So the way Hashirama works is that his ultimate jutsu is AoE and provides a 50% chance of immobilization, which in my opinion is somewhat low. I think a good number is a 70 or 80% chance to immobilize. 80, you're never going to get 80. So even if you can get 60 or 70, 70 is a nice number, and that is what I believe Neji has. I don't know if it's 60 that goes to 70, or is it 70 that goes to 80. It might be 70% chance to immobilize that goes to 80% if you have the dupe. But Neji has that immobilization, and the difference is it's AoE on his normal jutsu for 5 chakra. Hashirama has a 6 chakra and 12 chakra ultimate. So it costs a lot more chakra just to get that 50% chance, where Neji can actually do it twice in a row. He can generate chakra while he's doing it with his hit counts. So it's, in my opinion, Neji is better to run than Hashirama. And on top of that, Neji also has a high ceiling chance on his ultimate jutsu, while also just doing more damage. Right? You can take a look here. His damage for chakra is up here, and Hashirama's is down here. So in terms of damage, utility, and just overall stats, Neji takes it. Right? They're both short range, and Neji is more reliable, and that's the biggest thing. Consistency is really important. Okay, so Neji's replaced here. What else would I do different? I do not think you need a second Tsunade. That is my opinion. I think one Tsunade is perfectly fine, because instead of the second Tsunade, I would take a second Utakata. What would that do in a sense? Well, if you take a second Utakata, right, you'll have double the damage reduction, and on top of that, you just do so much damage that, like, you won't be needing healing. You know what I mean? Like, if you just kill them all, you don't need the healing. So between his ultimate jutsu and the fact that his normal jutsu costs 4 chakra and does more damage than most people's ultimate jutsu, of course, if they have slip damage on, that is the condition. He just melts through everything, you know. So you can just keep on stacking. Like, you have the slip damage there. You have double the utility, right? You have 2 slip damage. You have the tankiness, right, from the damage reduction, and then on top of that, you just have the long range, like, just monster that he is. So Utakata is definitely, in my opinion, better than the Tsunade to run double of. One Tsunade is necessary. That's what I believe. One Tsunade is necessary. You can't get away with no Tsunades. I think you need one Tsunade. The Sasuke is really nice. What you could do is, instead of the Sasuke, you could swap out this Sasuke for another healer. if you need be, if you're not running the Tsunade, but I don't think that's necessary. Like I said, you just tack on a bunch of damage, you just kill everything, you're good to go. So everything else I agree with, except Hashirama to Neji, Friend Tsunade to Utakata. That is what I believe the optimal team is, because Sasori, if you take a look right here, let's look at the top nukers, right? When it comes to single target damage, Utakata for skill, right? Utakata takes the cake. This is what we'll take a look at right here, right? This number right here. Neutral damage, this is how much Utakata does with his combo, where he does his normal jutsu, his ultimate jutsu, followed by his normal jutsu next turn. He does this much damage, and when you compare it to everyone else's neutral damage, you know, it's almost like you're talking about almost 10,000 higher than everyone else, right? Or the next runner-up. So that's kind of why you want Utakata. And on top of that, if you just jump down to the AoE section, right, and we take a look at the skill section, once again we'll take a look at the neutral damage. Sasori is the best for normal jutsu, then Shippuden Sasuke, which you're both running on the team right now. Followed by, for ultimate jutsu, you have Sasori again, and then you have Utakata, who's just slightly behind, right? Just 2,000 damage away. That's how behind he is, right? So, as you can see, Utakata is amazing. When it comes to single target and AoE, Utakata is amazing. So that is why, in my opinion, it's better to run 2 Utakatas than it is to run the double Tsunades. And you can just use that Tsunade to focus on healing. That's really it. So that is it for this video. It ran a little bit longer than I thought. So if you guys want to check out these pages, I'll leave the links down below. Once again, thank you to Anton Labs, thank you to Just Some School Facts, and thank you to the Reddit for hosting all of these things. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like down below. Let me know which element you'd like to see next. And of course, this is at the time of the recording. I still see comments on like my top 5 videos from like September that are like, where's One Tail Naruto? So just remember that this video is done when these characters are out. So, you know, this will change as units come out, of course. So until next time, you know, I'll see you all later. Peace out.